Morning. So this is right around the first of the year, just before the first of the year. So we're going to do what we do every year. Let's try to go broke before December 31st. So we're not really trying to go broke, but this time of the year is whenever we are trying to prepay as much of our inputs as we can, get as many tax breaks as we can. So that's what we're doing today. Hey, Squish. So while we're going out and paying for fertilizer and chem and everything, paying for different seeds, eventually in this video we're going to show you what data led us to make the decisions we're making on what kind of chemical we're buying, what kind of herbicides we're buying, fertilizers and seeds. So all that is collected, all the data from the previous year is collected through our ag leaders, and that's how we make these decisions. We'll show you that in a little bit. Showing the first stop of the day. So most of our fertilizer, well, all of our fertilizer comes from nutrient and a lot of our chemical. So I had to stop here and give them a check. This wasn't a normal stop. We've got about 6,000 feet of water and electric lines to trench in, so we got to make a consult on a rental. Well, that was a swing and a miss. So we just went by a, what is it, 6,000 acre farm? Yeah. One chunk, and Bill Gates owns this farm. Supposedly it's all going to solar. So for the last 20 minutes of driving, we've been seeing no solar signs everywhere. I'm sure a lot of people are very against that in this area. Think of how ugly a 6,000 acre chunk of solar panels is. I wouldn't want to live beside that either. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, those solar companies are paying big money, and I'm guessing Bill Gates doesn't care how he gets his money as long as he gets his investment. So hopefully they get it stopped, but I feel like they got an uphill battle. There's another one of them signs. There's another one. There it is.
And that's the new center down there.
What's that?
You can move that wherever, can you?
Yeah. And they've changed this a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got individual heater boards in there now. So some of the boards are up in the actual heater unit. And yeah, this is adjustable up or down. And I've got this. I ordered. This comes with the fine span that goes underneath the auger. That's the neatest thing on it now. They used to have.
So it's automatic?
It's all automatic. And this is a little blower. And this is part of the programming. About once every minute or something like that.
Oh, that's for the.
This right here. This fills up. Okay. So this fills up, and right here's your sensor. And it tells you what the moisture is.
Every so often.
So that's how it does the automation part?
Yeah, this is here all the time. So it tells you what the moisture is. But the only trouble we always had, we used to have an auger here, go by that sample, could never keep it clean. And if you leave grain sitting there for a few seconds, it does so much better on a sample than trying to have it continuously moving. So this system now, it sets on the sensor for like 15-20 seconds, and then it blows it out.
I'm guessing we can get a sample out of that bottom one?
Yes. So you get a sample right here anytime you want it.
So I know people are going to ask on the YouTube video, but what can this dryer do an hour? Like if you're taking 5 points out, is that about 600-700 bushel an hour probably?
No, it's more than that.
Okay.
It's more than that, but I'd have to go check the literature to be sure.
Our old one's not stainless, is it?
No, it's galvanized.
Galvanized?
Yeah.
Did you get a shot inside the control panel?
No, not yet. I ain't really looked at it. I was going to look at that one you guys got.
The big one.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it in here.
Okay.
I was going to look at the one you guys, the dummy you had wired up inside. So this is one of the big upgrades on this dryer, is this panel, right? For us.
Right. And this has been around now for about, oh yeah, it's been around about 15 years.
So with this, we can see it on our phone, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this does have the watchdog enabled, and that's why you can see it on your phone.
Okay.
Okay.
So that way we can really screw it up.
You can really screw it up. No, really, you can do everything except start it.
Yeah.
You have to be present here to start it. But you can turn it off.
I feel like we'll just play with it a lot more now and really screw up the grain. Whereas before we had to actually be there to do it.
You know,
I don't think you will. I think you'll just monitor it.
Yeah.
And that's what we find most people doing, just monitoring it. There's your watchdog right here.
One thing that'll be nice, I assume that thing will let us know when the pipes break, have an airflow loss. I mean, it'll shut down.
No, what do you mean?
I mean, you'll know it on your phone.
Oh, why would you?
Oh, yeah, when the air system
know.
went down, if it shuts this down, yes.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
We could go over and start it up
Oh,
at
yeah,
night if we
yeah.
needed to get running the next day.
Yeah. This can send you a text message. Well, I had a 200 that I...
So looking at the brochure from that new dryer. So if you don't know, we bought a new dryer this fall. That was actually our dryer sitting there. So that dryer, we can dry 5 points. We can do 900 bushels an hour. Our old dryer, where's it at? So basically, according to this literature, our old dryer was a 1220 GSI dryer. If we had the blower capacity, which we don't have currently, that dryer would be able to do 770 bushels an hour at 5%. This new one will do 950, so we increased 200 bushels an hour.
950 in 24 hours is...
Yeah, but we're also increasing the blower size too, so we'll actually be able to get...
We'll be able to run 950.
I mean, we're more or less going to double our drying capacity compared to what it had been by increasing that blower and upgrading the dryer.
What are you going to buy me for Christmas, Brian, here? For Christmas presents?
I think Christmas is over. We'll have to wait till next year.
Shoot.
Those steel plates. Those are steel
Yeah,
plates.
steel plates. I'd like to have some of them. Yeah, what happened with them?
Last stop of the day, we had to stop at Ohio Cat to get some bulldozer parts. So we are rebuilding the tracks on our D8, and we forgot some parts. Short a couple bolts. What's that one? 1,500 acres?
800 acres that farm.
Well, I thought where it wrapped around, I thought it was total 1,500.
Well, it might be that other farm too, baby. I don't think that big, but it might be.
I was thinking that one was 15,
Might be.
and the one over here was 3,000.
Might be. That was a different farm.
Isn't it beautiful? Progress. So in this video, we drove around to a few places. That's what you guys seen. We also mailed in lots of checks. So in the year, basically once we get done with harvest, we are analyzing a lot of data. We are organizing everything, all the data coming in, and trying to figure out a few things. One, what was our actual yield? That may sound like that is a simple thing to figure out, but it's more complicated than it sounds. So we use a couple different ways, but ultimately that's one of the reasons why we run everything through our grain cart scale, is so we have an accurate measurement of what we actually produced. Then we start analyzing what yielded the best, what variety. So for example, in that test plot we did, we had a Pioneer hybrid. I believe it was 1718 or 1817. It's a 117-day Pioneer variety. In that test plot, on the 2 runs we did, I think it averaged like 276 and 271 or 268 or something like that. Just really good numbers, really big, high numbers for us. But that was not our best corn overall. In that test plot, yes, it was the best corn in that test plot. That test plot was 2.5 acre strips. So on the other field that variety was planted in, the fertility wasn't as good. That hybrid needed a high fertility. It was kind of one of them things that it's a great hybrid, but it comes with some more management. By analyzing the data and using things like Agfinity, which I'm about to show you, we were able to determine what our best corn was. So our best, most consistent corn was a DeKalb number, followed by a C Consultants number. So coincidentally, we bought a lot of those 2 varieties of corn. So one of the stops in this video, we were stopping at C Consultants' main office, handing them a check. We were paying up some stuff. We sent in several weeks ago our DeKalb checks. We've paid Pioneer. We've been buying chemicals. So One of the channel sponsors, Chem Solutions. We buy chemical from them. We buy chemical from CPS. We've priced through, CPS is Nutrient. We've priced through a few other different places, but yeah, we price a lot of chem. We do a lot of checking. When it comes to picking chem, that's just kind of a chemistry program that you're comfortable with. We've used the same program for a while now, and we've got along pretty good with it. But chemical prices vary a lot, and there's a lot more options. With fertilizer, we're kind of stuck with a couple different places. Chem, not so much. You can literally order chemical on the computer and have it shipped to you. When we buy chemical through Chem Solutions, the channel sponsor, when we buy stuff through them, it comes in a freight truck, and we unload it. Usually there's really good prices there. There's different caveats. So, for example, at CPS, if you can't pay for your chem now, you can finance it through CPS or Nutrien. Other places will do that, or they'll put it on something called Farm Plan. With Chem Solutions, it's a pay now kind of arrangement, but you usually get a pretty good price that way. So there's a lot of stuff like that going on in December this time. So I should mention that Chem Solutions, the channel sponsor, there is a link in the description, and there's instructions on how to get you a 5% discount if you're a first-time buyer by mentioning our name. So check that out in the description. Agfinity. This is a program that we use. Basically, everything we do on a combine or a planter, anything that's running an ag leader automatically gets sent to this website. So I can click on this field, and we can tell what this field did this year. Let's go to grain harvest. This was one of our not so good fields, really wet ground. See, not everything was perfect. You guys seen a lot of good yields, but we had a lot of yields like this. This corn right here made 155. Or no, it averaged 162. So over here, we can see the field average. Over here, I can click on a spot of the field. That spot of the field made 216. Now, one thing you'll notice about this field, lots of end rows, lots of shade. Looky here, dark red equals bad, 50 bushel corn. Dark green equals good, 224 bushel corn. So that's one thing we keep in mind when we're analyzing a seed hybrid. Seed corn is one of the most expensive inputs per acre we have. So a lot of, and you can screw up a field really easily by having the wrong seed on it. So that's one of the things we really try to analyze and really take a deep look at. This corn, this Seed Consultants 1112, I believe this is one of our better hybrids. Just in this circumstance, it was, kind of had the deck stacked against it. This field lays really wet. So over here, we have tile issues. We have a few plugged tiles. This whole field's been retiled, and this was before we had a tile plow, and it isn't draining quite like we'd like. So one thing I like to do with this program, I like to see this. You see that number right there, 162. It does not tell the whole story. Seeing it on a yield map, seeing the terrain features around it. There's shade all the way around here. This is our home farm right here. People always ask, there's where the grain bins are. Everything's really close. We can zoom out here and we can see the whole operation. People also ask how close we are. We are pretty close. It's probably 10 miles all the way across, maybe 10 miles. So everything's fairly close. But we can go in, let's see here, this field. We can click on here. We can see fertilizer. This was dry fertilizer. I spread this with the floater. We did not strip till this particular field. Let's go up here to a field we strip tilled. Wrong field. There we go. This field was strip tilled. So this field was one of the ones that was screwed up. This field had a low overall average, but here we can see the fertilizer that went on it, not very much. So that was one of the things we learned this year. And one of the ways we learned that was by collecting data that when you're variable rating, you should still have a minimum fertilizer recommendation. These are all 0 rates. These are the only places that had fertilizer, and it's not even high. 162 pounds of mez. No potash went on this field. Can't imagine why it was 50 bushel less than the other ones. Same with this one. Yeah, not much at all. 4,000 total pounds. So, yeah, those are issues. I guess my point of this is to show that not every part of farming is running equipment or fixing equipment. Those are honestly the funner parts of the job. This part is tedious, it's aggravating, it's boring, but it's the part of the job that pays dividends to know how things are doing on your farm and what's going to work the best for you. So that's why we do this. That's why we collect data. We could probably do a better job at analyzing it, in all honesty, but we try to do the best we can. One thing about data, it has to be easily accessible, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's just going to sit on a computer somewhere in a barn, and you're never going to use it. That's why I like Agfinity. Everything is just poof. It's in the cloud, or Agfinity cloud, or whatever you want to call it. It's on my computer when I come into the office, and I like that. So yeah, there's a little bit about that. Thanks for watching, folks. If you would, do us a favor and give us a thumbs up. I still have face paint. Dax got camo face paint for Christmas, and I still have, he put some on my head right there. Okay, anyways, thanks for watching. If you would, do us a favor and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave us a thumbs up and a comment. That'd be awesome. The D8 videos start on the next video is a D8 track video, so there should be some good entertainment there for you guys. Also, we will be at National Farm Machinery Show. We're doing a meet and greet, the whole crew, minus Kayla. She will not be in attendance, but Dad, my brother, we will all be at the Unverfirst booth Wednesday and Thursday at the National Farm Machinery Show. So stop by and check that out. Come say hi to us, get a picture, you know, the works. But thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.